Welcome back to another Mindset Monday. I'm Dave. Let's dive into it. If you watched the last one, you know I'm working through a list of 15 different leadership attributes that are needed to be a quality leader. And the second one that was on that list is emotional intelligence. And that has been a phrase that really has grown in the past 15 years in leadership circles, corporate culture, especially post-pandemic, when everything that we knew about work got turned topsy-turvy a little bit. So, things to keep in mind with emotional intelligence. It does not mean that you need to know and understand every single thing happening in a person's life. So if they come in and say, I've been diagnosed with depression, you don't need to understand exactly like what medicines they need and those kind of things. So it's not the intelligence that we're talking about. Rather, it's the how to approach them as God would want us to approach them. So keep in mind with emotional intelligence and with everything that all of us are part of God's greater creation, and we are all to love each other as God loves us. That's what we are called to do. So with emotional intelligence, there is the part of trying to understand and be there to support your colleague or your subordinate or student or whoever that's going through the particular issue. Does not mean to overcoddle them, does not mean that you have to excuse them from all their responsibilities. But what it does mean is you need to understand that they are going through a difficult situation. It could be everything again from depression to a divorce to a loss of a family member, loss of a friend, even a loss of a pet. And be able to walk with them in that journey and help them feel loved, nurtured, and supported. Ways that we can do that is, of course, be there for them, make sure that they have supports outside of the work environment to go to or to confide in. Lots of workplaces now have connections through their insurance for so many free therapy services a year. Always encourage people to try and take advantage of those if it's going to be a longer issue. And I don't mean to use the term issue lightly, but longer situation. Let's use that instead. And really, I think the leaders who do a great job with emotional intelligence oftentimes are the ones that people gravitate towards more because they feel like they can understand. So you as a leader, you don't have to necessarily shift everything that the person is responsible for, or try not to overcoddle them, but at the same time, you want to be there for them, support them, care for them, and that could be as simple as asking, what do you need in this moment? When someone is having a really rough day, and it could be work related, it could be personal related, really just taking a little time to be there. And then if it is going to be something bigger, make sure you're scheduling the time to do the things you need to do for that. And within that, making sure that it's also not part of whatever's happening is not a subset of your culture that then you need to look at and further address and fix as a leader. Because sometimes, especially if it's a work-related issue that's causing the friction, then you really want to begin to look at, okay, what within our culture, how we treat each other, how we interact with each other day to day is causing this issue, and how do we fix it? And how do we hold people accountable to making sure that our culture is one that, going back, helps us live out our call from God to love each other as God loves us, which is infinite. So, hopefully you found this helpful. Please click like and subscribe to help build the movement, and I hope everyone has a great day.